Alright, Team Clark here. I'm going to be taking the front wheels off of this car tonight, this evening. And we're going to clean at least one wheel tonight. And maybe the inner fenders and get the tire back on. But just doing a little clean for the water wheels. So I thought I'd take you guys along with me for a few minutes and show you. It's probably boring, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clean the back side of the wheel and polish the front side, and then we'll, I usually black out the back side with just a little bit of flat black paint so that the white letters or white wall, whatever's on the back side of the tire, doesn't show. It just looks black. So I'm going to try that. I mean, I've already done it with the two back ones. I just didn't film that. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to take this off. I didn't quite remember, but the back side of these tires are blacked out already. So really all I'm going to do is just clean the tire up. So I'm going to clean that black. I don't know if you can see that. The wheel's really black. Just set it up here. You know how they get the road film and brake dust and all that stuff on them. Anyway, I'm going to clean all that up and then polish the front side of the wheel. So I'm going to get all that dust and dirt and stuff off of it. These old wheels are very old and they're not really nice, but they are 10 foot away. I'm going to call them 10 footers. Anyway, I'm going to clean this up and then we'll turn it over and polish the front side. So here we go. I'm gonna show you what I do, and you know, that's whatever y'all do is different, I guess. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna knock all that dust off that wheel. It doesn't. The inside of these wheels doesn't really matter. Uh-oh, the grill's dying. Should have charged it. The inside of these wheels are, I'm going to have to charge my battery. I don't have an extra battery. So anyway, we'll do this. It's my makeshift charging station. Should have charged my battery while I was gone today. So let's see what we can do. I might be able to, let me get me an older rag. Let's see how well it'll clean that. That's got paint all over it. Let's try this rag right here. Let's see how this purple power will do against that brake dust and stuff. Yeah, it'll clean up okay, but I'd rather it to be, I'd rather brush it off with that brush. And it gives it a little bit better look. But we'll clean it. You can see this. I'd show you this one. Wheels are rusty as they can be on the back side. They're very old wheels. One day I'd like to budget a new set of wheels for Sassy. But, you know, at least they won't be real shiny, but they'll be clean on the inside for the show next week. And it is next week. We move in next Thursday. So, we'll go in Thursday and set up next Thursday, not this Thursday, but on the 9th of January, and set up our display and all that stuff. And then I think the show starts Friday evening. I think you got most of the day Thursday or all day Thursday and most of the day Friday to get set up, and then I think the doors open like at 5 o'clock Friday evening, unless they change the hours. But anyway, we just kind of clean up a little bit, make things look a little better. It ain't gonna make no difference one way or the other on the looks of the old car, but anyway, we get all the black off of it. You can see this rust, this old wheel is not real good, but you know, when you're looking at the outside of it in, you can't see all that. But we're gonna I'm gonna try to get some of the rust off of it, but it ain't really gonna matter. I just wanted to get the dirt off of it more than anything. So now I'm gonna let these soak for a little bit. And here where the spokes, I guess you call them, are. Let them soak up a little bit. And I wish I had another drill to what am I doing? I wish I had another drill where I could get some of that. I could go ahead and do that and get some of that rust off of it, but obviously it's not going to work right now until my drill. Let's see what this will do with that, some of that rust. You can take a lot of steel wool and clean chrome somewhat. It don't mean it's going to look new again, but it'll get some of the rust off. And let it show through, or let the shine back out into most of the wheel. I know the wheels ain't never gonna look as good as they used to. But when you're on a budget, you have to use what you got, and you have to try to make them look the best you can. So, anyway, I'm going to just clean them up a little bit more. I'm just going to do this one wheel because it'll be doing this one wheel because you guys, most of you know how to clean the wheel and how to use this steel wool, to clean up chrome and this, that, and other. So, I'm just going to do this and make it look best I can, because I'd like to use that brush, all that drill, to get that heavy stuff off right there, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. table squeaking. Doesn't really matter much about that. Nobody will ever see it, but for me, I like to get them as clean as I possibly can. You know, ain't nobody gonna see none of that. I don't even think you can see it if you look up under it too much. If you got some light pitted chrome or some kind of dull bumpers, something that you don't care to, that you want to shine, but you don't care to maybe put some white scratches in it, because still wool will work for that. I probably should take this outside and rinse it off. I think I'm just going to wipe it out real good and see what kind of results we got just doing that. And it don't look too bad. I haven't seen a lot worse. It's just an old wheel that I bought. Set of old wheels I bought to put on sassy. They're Chevrolet wheels, the small ball pattern Chevrolet wheel, but they were on a Volkswagen. I bought them from a boy I used to work with, and he gave me a real good deal in these old wheels, and they look decent enough for a poor boy on a budget. So that's why I'm using them for now, and then maybe one day I'll be blessed with a new set. I like these wheels. I like the back spacing and all that on. So when I do get to get a set, I would like to get the set just like these, but new. I said, you know, maybe some Craigers or something, but I don't know what name brand. These don't even have a name on them. But would love to have that's my polishing rag. Let's leave that one alone. Let me find something. It doesn't matter on this. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, it's dirty. We'll wipe it off of this one. Dry it off good. Then we're going to move to the front side here in just a minute. And I'll tell you what I do with the back tires. On this surface right here, the back tires were raised white letters, and I didn't want them raised white letters to show back there. So I took a can of the Rust-Oleum flat and I lightly dusted them all the way around, and to make them where you didn't see the raised white letters. So anyway, let me see if I can show you this wheel after I use that steel wool on it. You can see they're pretty decent. They're not the best in the world, but they're decent. They look better than they did with all that black and dust and stuff on them. So now we're gonna flip this thing around to the front. And yeah, this has a little rust on it too, but it's not as bad or as noticeable as the rust on the back side. I'm gonna wipe that purple power off, and then I'm gonna polish the front side of this thing with the polish that I got from a friend of mine that sells it. He lives in, I think South Carolina. I always want to say North Carolina, but he lives in South Carolina. And and he distributes it for another man that has the patent on it. And it does a pretty good job. You just have to wipe it on there and let it set for a little bit, and then take it back off. And this is it right here. It's called Stewart's Shine, is the name of it. And it comes out of South Carolina. So look it up. I believe you can find it on the internet, and it's $10 a bottle for anything, for the detailer, for the wax for your car, or for the metal polish. So I don't get anything out of this. I'm just telling you that's what I'm using. He's not a sponsor. I don't have any sponsors on my channel. So, just, anyway, I'm going to put this stuff on here. Just use a little bit, like that, and go around it right away with just that little bit. Put it on there. It cleans really good. I can imagine on an aluminum mag how well this would do. I just wipe it around on there. You want to change your spot on your rag every so often. Several of my Tri-5 car buddies uses this wax. Ronnie usually brings it out to our big show we do once a year in August, and I usually order some, and he'll bring it to me, and I'll have enough to do me the whole year, and then I get a new batch every year. Well, this is the second year I bought from him, and I've used a lot of this metal polish on bumpers, and should have got 2 bottles of the metal polish, I guess. Anyway, this is what we're doing. I'll bring you over here and show you this old wheel here in a minute. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's okay. It's just an old hot rod, no street driven car. It's not, we didn't build it for strictly a show car, we drive it. So it really, you don't really need to spend a ton of money on wheels or anything like that. I mean, as long as they look pretty good, I think we're doing good with it. It's, you know, I think I give $150 for this whole set of wheels. And you can tell they've been around a long time. They have no dates on them. They have no name on them. A friend of mine, Shannon, he called them something one day, but I can't remember what it was. So, Shannon, if you are listening to this, or we're going to watch this video later, please leave me a comment or give me a call and let me know what you call these things, so I can't just say they're no name. You know, they're not, they seem to be built really well, but they're not a perfect wheel anymore like they used to be when they were new. Don't know how old they are or anything. But Shannon knows a lot about this stuff, a lot about the wheels. So we're gonna let that set for a few minutes and wipe it off. And then I'm gonna do the top side of it with Armor All, with the tire foam. Oh, sorry, tire foam. We're gonna put that tire foam on there. And then I'm gonna let it set a few minutes with the tire foam. And then I'm gonna take my little sponge and go around it and wipe it down to give it a little bit duller look. as you can see, they're not glossy, but they shine pretty good. Anyway, yeah, I'm in the way, but that's the way they do. They shine pretty good. You can see them over there. But we've done cleaning under this fender well. I've done cleaned up under here. I cleaned the springs. I touched the frame up with the paint, with the black paint, with gloss paint, like when I painted the frame. Cleaned this side of the gas tank that I could get to. I've done it on both sides of the back. I've been out under the car. I've wiped the frame off. I've done the middle. I cleaned the drive shaft. Not that this really matters for the show, but you know, at one time I competed the World of Wheels, and there was a tie between my truck I used to show and another truck, and that truck being clean underneath determined which person got what place in the trophy class or whatever. So I always like to clean them at least once a year anyway underneath, usually in the winter time when there's slack time. Clean them up real good. Of course, we're going to drive them all summer and get them dirty again, but some say that's the fun of having a hot rod. You get to clean it back up. But I don't like my car to sit. I like to drive it. I like to drive it to shows, cruise-ins, mostly cruise-ins. Get out and hang out with our friends, go eat, things like that with the car club. And this show that's coming up, I haven't done this show in many, many years. And the World of Wheels in Chattanooga. So I can remember how hectic it used to be having a car in that show, because you have to watch your display, you have to watch your car. You have people trying to take things off the cars, trying to get in the display when you're not supposed to be in the display. And it's a little hectic of a show, and it's very crowded on Saturdays. So, but that's just part of it, I guess. Anyway, let's wipe this wheel off and see if it helps the look of this wheel any at all. I'm pretty sure it will. It's a pretty good wax. Like I said, these wheels are 10-footers. They're not a perfect wheel. You get right up on them and look at them. You see the scratches. You see where somebody tried to clean them with something and scratched them up. But they still shine pretty good. Decent enough for me and my old car. So we're not real concerned about that. We just want to drive our car and have fun with it. And I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy the camaraderie of the hot rod world. The whole car scene, you know, everybody just loves cars, and you get together and you have such a good time. It's really hard to explain. And most car enthusiasts, I'm not going to say all, because, of course, I haven't run across any that didn't, but most of them will bend over backwards to help you if your car is tore up, or, you know, if you need something or whatever. And they're very giving people. They give, they forgive, and they'll help you in any way they can. It's like the first trip Sassy made, we got to Pigeon Forge to the Smoky Mountain Tri-5 show there at the Ramsey, the first show that they tried to put on after the Christmas Inn show canceled out. And got there and parked, and my wife said that she smelt something. She got out, she said Sassy's on fire. So I raised the hood, and the starter wire had got hot and rubbed against, well, it hadn't really got hot, it rubbed against a piece of metal, shorted out, and it caused a fire. Well, so I run to the back of the car to get this fire extinguisher. Time I come back around there, my buddy Doyle had already put it out. And him and several other guys spent the next several hours working with me trying to fix it. And we did, we fixed it, and I drove it home. So that's just an example of how good people are, these hot rod guys. I mean, they'll just jump in there and they'll loan you their tools if you haven't got any. And they'll loan you parts, spare parts that they carry with them. Everybody carries some kind of spare parts around. And then you got the swap meet guys, you know, that have spare parts when you're at these bigger shows. And you can go and buy parts, certain parts that you need if you need them. And it's just a big family of hot rod men and women that just enjoy the hobby. So anyway, I'm going to show you this wheel after I polish. I should have showed it to you before I polished it, but let's go. Let me get this off of here. Let's go over here and let me show it to you.